We are at our gold medal topics. We each chose what we think are the biggest sports stories of the week. So, Russell, what do you think is the biggest sports story this week?
For me, it's still the MLB postseason. Some terrific games. Well, at least on the American League side, we'll take that one first. The Houston Astros and the New York Yankees going at it. The Astros started out hot, won 2 games. Maybe shouldn't have won the second game, but a really heady play by Jose Altuve running on the outfield defense of the Yankees. Yeah. And he scores game-winning run in game 2. And then here come the Yankees when the series moves back to New York, win 2 games, and the series is tied at 2. And of course, they're playing right now as we speak. And so I really think the Yankees might be the better team in this series. A lot of people like to say, well, the wild card team doesn't deserve, quote unquote, to be there. But if you look at the Yankees, they really had to work after that wild card game where their ace, Luis Severino, had a tough time, made it out of that. And then Aaron Judge has come alive here in the last 3 games. So the Yankees are a scary team. They really could be vying for a spot in the World Series.
Yeah.
And if you on the other side, you have the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have been the best team in baseball for the majority of the 2017 season, really taking it to the Chicago Cubs, who look like they're out of it right after that game-winning walk-off 3-run home for Justin Turner in Game 2. I really think that was finally on the Cubs' coffin this season.
Yeah.
Sometimes in baseball, you just go cold at the wrong time,
yeah.
and the Cubs just went cold. Your hitters, Chris Bryant and Nick Rizzo, I wrote about it for Baseball Prospectus. That's the motor that drives the team.
Yeah.
So those guys aren't hitting and nobody else is hitting around them. They're not going to win games. It doesn't matter how good your pitching is. So 2 really interesting series, 2 really different series. If you look at the intrigue on both sides, you think the Cubs would have given a little bit more, but you can blame it on fatigue from that NLDS with the Nationals. You can blame it on the fact that guys aren't hitting. You can blame it on the fact that their manager has made some questionable decisions. Ultimately, what it comes down to is that the Dodgers are a better team.
Yes.
All the way around. They're better hitters this year. They have better pitching. They have the best bullpen in baseball.
Yeah, we do.
And it just might be their year. Like last year was the Cubs year.
Yeah.
Everything went right. Everything went their way. And the one thing that people are forgetting about the Dodgers, they're still without their best player, Corey Seager.
Exactly. I've been explaining that to
that's
so many
amazing.
people.
So when they get to the World Series, Corey Seager will be in the starting lineup hitting third.
Mm-hmm.
So that, the Dodgers are the real deal, and it's hard for me seeing anything stopping that train.
Let me ask you something, Russell.
Yes, sir.
You said you can blame this, you can blame this, you can blame this. But I want to ask, what do you blame? Let's assume this is the autopsy of the Cubs season. What do you think was really the tipping point? Was the pitching, like Wade Davis, throwing his arm out? Was it something they could have done in the middle of the season? Like, should they have traded for Justin Verlander instead of Houston? Because I know they were in the running for that. Or was it just the fact that you just came off of a historic run where you broke a 100-year curse and mentally it's exhausting to come off of that? What do you think is truly the autopsy of the season?
Yes. It's a little bit of everything. If you look at the moves Theo Epstein and Jed Hoyer made in the middle of the season, they were all the right moves.
Yeah.
They went out to Detroit and got Justin Wilson, left-handed reliever, who was elite at the time they got him. They got Alex Avila to be their backup catcher. Justin Wilson has pitched 1 time in this postseason and has been awful for the Cubs since he came from Detroit. Now, that doesn't mean that's a bad move.
Right.
At the time, that was a pitcher everybody in baseball wanted to get.
Next season,
So sometimes the moves you make don't work out.
Exactly.
That's the nature of baseball. Also, I do think the World Series hangover had something to do with it. The Cubs, 100 years after not winning a World Series and you finally win one, you do every interview. You're doing every endorsement deal. You're taking the trophy everywhere. You're on Saturday Night Live. You're doing a little bit of everything. Yeah. And you don't get adequate rest. And I don't think people really realize you need rest as an athlete. You're going hard, especially in baseball, for 8 months out of the year.
Yeah.
And then having to get yourself back in shape after 2 months and then go to spring training, it's a really serious thing. And then honestly, I just think, they just got cold.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're gonna catch a hot team. In most sports, if you catch a hot team, that team's gonna win.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. The Cubs were not the hot team in this postseason.
Yeah. Well, you guys know, as a Dodgers fan, I'm a little biased, but I think this has been one of the most exciting MLB playoffs in a couple of years, I would have to say. It's been really cool. I think the matchups have been great. As a Dodgers fan, I don't want to play, like you said, I don't want to play the Yankees. I would much rather play the Astros. Matchup-wise, I think the Yankees are hitting the ball just very well right now. Aaron Judge is just a monster. And I'm not saying like I'd love to pitch to Jose Altuve either, but it's just I think the Yankees are the better team right now. Like as you said, like you just hot at the right time, and so I'd rather play the Astros as a Dodgers fan. But I was at Game 1 against the Cubs. Amazing atmosphere, sellout crowd. Puig homered. It was crazy. He flipped the bat. It's a really cool run we're on right now. I think as my friend Kanye said, like you can get through anything. And Magic made it. Magic Johnson said we're gonna win the World Series. We're gonna win the World Series. We don't have no other choice. So Justin Turner, the tear he's been on, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs over the last couple games. That walk-off home run was ridiculous. That was crazy. He had a great game the game before as well with a couple RBIs. And I think everything is clicking at the right time. And I thought one of the good things was Game 1, Clayton Kershaw didn't exactly pitch his best. And we still won the game because we hit the ball well. And so over the last couple of years, Clayton Kershaw has kind of struggled in marquee games in the playoffs. And I think us getting over that hump with him not pitching his very best, I think he did an okay job. We still won the game. So I think that gave the team a lot of confidence moving forward. I think they feel like you can do pretty much anything right now. And like you said, with the different pickups, like when we picked up Yu Darvish, that could have either gone great or gone bad. And so far, it's gone pretty well. And so he's pitched well in the playoffs. I think we got like you said, I think we got the best bullpen. I think we take it, man. Astros and Yankees, whatever. I'm gonna go to at least one game if we make the World Series. So I'm excited.
Well, I can tell you this. Do you know who wants to see the Dodgers versus the Yankees?
The MLB.
Yeah, the commissioner of the Major League Baseball. Because the ratings, LA versus Houston
2 biggest markets
versus LA versus the Yankees. It's insane. You get to bring out all the old New York Dodgers fans.
Yeah.
There's so many different things that are really interesting.
The two best rookies in the game would square off, and what's Aaron Judge, and it was Cody Bellinger. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge face off. That'd be awesome. I think. The CC Sabathia, what he's doing right now is ridiculous.
He is 9-0 for the Yankees, coming off of a Yankees loss.
He's like,
so every time they lose, they go to him and he wins, and that is.
And he's like the oldest pitcher to do what he's doing right now, right in the playoffs or something like that. He's 38? Like CC is.
He's up there, upper 30s.
He's a beast. That dude's huge too, man.
To me,
he's like CC of old. When CC was winning Cy Young Awards.
Yeah, when he could with Cleveland, yeah.
He's a dark horse candidate to win the MVP this year if the Yankees win the championship.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he has really been the backbone of that team.
Yeah, and I think the Dodgers win. Justin Turner would probably be my MVP. He's definitely been, like you said, with Rizzo and Bryant. I think he's been the motor in the lineup these past couple weeks. So yeah.